Hello, and welcome to Pillars of Eternity. Well, before we start
Quiet.
our Sagani's quest, let's finish Carouse's one. Nothing we need to speak about, I guess. Warriors. Let's get in there. Action speed, reflex defense. Oh, that is dexterity. How much is my dexterity right now? With all the upgrades I have. 16, that's it? Well, okay. It's not that bad. Keeper Garros. Eric Noyle, welcome
Upon Burial Isle, the two men meet again for the first time, though it was the last thing they did. The many-colored beast rent them both asunder. They were in death, merged, and made whole again. Cute story. Two guys meet in the belly of a soul-eating creature. Maybe someday I'll eat two of the most insipid deer wooden lumberjacks, and they'll spend an eternity discussing beer whilst haunting my colon.
Why so flippant? It sounds like Gawain gave you an incredible power. You were the one to ask for help. It's not like he came to you. Yes, well, he stared at me for a long moment. Carouse's stared at me longer. Still, his chin rested in his hand. Fine, fine, you make a good point, I guess. I've been mad about the details when in fact I was able to master the spearship after repatriating Gawain, just as I asked. I wanted to be a better hunter, the greatest. There is probably some lesson here about tempering one's desire. Still, I have a hard time believing that the spirit shift is mowing anyone. It's going to make anybody whole again, despite what this tablet says. I'd like to look at the other tablet and see what they have to say.
Step lightly.
A dwarven man stood motionless near the roaring fire that lights the cavern. Your sacrifice feeds the land, supplicant. Come forward. A gust of smoke curls around him, licking the charred flesh and beguile his forearms. Eastermore. The dwarf held his fist in tight grip. Your king doesn't come here to share with the tribe. What do you want? Tell me about Epic Noe. That's who we are. As I said, Eastermore rarely visit our halls. Our order has thrived for generations. Before we came to Twin Elm, our whites fed the land on the eastern mountains. Now we share the blood of our Glanfa. To everything that must end, our sacrifice brings new beginning. We sustain what's to come. And what is this place? The Glanfatians call this place Blood Sands. We call it home. The Etheric No have tended the lands from within the cave since before the arrival of the tribes to Twin Elms. Be warned, Estermore, we bleed life to nourishment. It's our sacrifice. May strike our savage, but the health of these lands depends on them. It's unseemly for guests to insult their house. Tell me about these sacrifices. Gal spread his stocky legs apart and locked his forearms. Everything must die to return anew, Estermorn. Though the sacrificial rites we offer supplement to honor our giving their most precious gift back to the brethren, back to the land. The blood gives us strength. Even Galfatians have come to depend on the blood-sprained. They brim with power before battle, all thanks to the sacrifices of their kin. Okay, thank you. Remember, Estermorn, you're a guest in this house. Respect our ways, and we'll tolerate your presence among us. Sure.
Keeping an eye out.
You honestly have something to say, apparently. Can't believe that you actually think that you can stop me if I decide to misbehave. The petitioner before you is swathed in loose-fitting robes. Her hair is greasy and matted. A glossy film of sweat and grime coats her exposed skin. She has swollen features of pregnancy and several missing teeth in her big, gleaming smile. As I approach, she slowly turns to me and examines me from head to toe, smiling the entire time. "Joyous day to you," she said. Despite coming from a ward body, her voice sounds resonant and relaxed. "I'm Nika, midwife and lorekeeper." Her hands run across a slight buckle in her belly. She rolls her head back in a slightly relaxed purr. "Are you feeling well?" "Flawless. Apologies. I should be left to my meditation. The rite of strength is invigorating, almost overwhelming to the senses." Okay. These guys are gonna try to kill me at some point. Never trust people who dressed in red, wearing hoods, and speaking about blood sacrifices. In fact, the last one is a red flag, the others don't actually matter at all. Keeper's Enchanters. The gift of sacrifice transmutes blood into water, essence into power. Cool.
As souls split into multitudes, many lives come from one. The truest of power comes from sacrificing the shard to return its strength to the Mother Stone. The many lives from one sounds familiar. I was taught that sometimes between death and rebirth, a soul splits perfectly in two, creating two viable souls from one. Sounds strange, but it makes sense when you think about how the population has risen in generations. It's kind of a mathematical necessity that some process like this is happening.
Maybe the Aurum Stagler has a very important role to play in this life cycle of souls. Sorry, sir, I'm not eating your soul, I'm merely serving a vital role in nature process. I see that you're getting at it, but it's not making me feel better. Fungus that grows up shit has an important role in the natural order. That wouldn't make me throw it or spirit shift into shit blossom. I just can't shake the fear that I am the shard, and it's my destiny to be fed to something greater. Yes, worrying won't do me any good. Let's read those other tablets.
Stay out of sight.
I'm here.
Just a blunderbuss. Why do you keep flame blades here? Never mind. Supplicant, greater flame blight. I wish I could just click on this thing and examine it for its weaknesses. Essence within Nour's flesh.
Each generation, the Onumfoth must stand before the autumnal beast in judgment. The wise endure, passing on their strength. The weak are eaten, their souls ripped to pieces and lost for all time, removing such weakness from the cycle. Well, I guess maybe my tribe wasn't entirely wrong about my spirit form being some sort of soul terror. I suppose I was hoping to hear a different answer on the matter, but...
The truth is revealed to you, and you whine about your distaste for answers. We would be ashamed of you. Two things. First off, I don't lecture me on will. Second, you're absolutely right. I shouldn't be excited by the act of learning, not flattered of my own expectations. Will would want that. For years I've been telling myself my tribe judged me unfairly. Yes, they weren't completely wrong. Well, enough of verification for the moment. I need to know more. Let's look to the other tablets.
I'm on the trail.
Cool. And it's trapped, which means we'll get some things. Lore, perception, dexterity, and resolve. I'm gonna take that. It's not actually a special amulet, and war paint, definitely keeping that one. And more war paint. Raw damage per wound. What does that mean? In attack speed is an amazing skill. A monk from the Abbey of Calvin Wells mastered suffering by taxing her body to its limit. Each day, such was discipline that her sensitivity to pain and the ability to restrict it record heights previously unknown in her order. Following her death in battle, the following of the Abbey gave her bloodied hand baggage a place of honor in their great hall. An unknown thief stole the bandages, along with several other relics in 2802. Since then, the wrappings have circulated along various monks of different orders. I don't know if that's very good or not very good, we'll see. And Earth Blights. Is that a greater one? Nope. Then it's an easy kill. Even the greater ones are easy kills right now, but they can be a menace.
I will walk unseen.
Welcome to Blood Sands. It's rare that an Eastermore sets foot in these caverns. What brings you here, I wonder? Tell me about the Blood Sands. This is the raw bloody heart of El Glamfad, where some come to give their essence back to their people, where others seek a noble escape from their trials. The legacy of the builders of the tribes was not merely Adra and stone, but sense of community, and it is here that Glamfatians come to sacrifice what is most precious, even their own lives, to preserve it. Something more? What do you do? I sell and maintain certain goods for the preservation of our order, and I perform some of the other ritual sacrifices. How do the sacrifices work? Like any worthwhile ritual, it's too complex to explain in detail. It involves clothing supplements as essence, binding it to their life's blood, and drawing it into the courtiers or vassal. Let's have a look at what you have to sell. Okay, I don't think we can make those war paints, by the way. I just think they're amazing. Actually, I don't need that. I'm gonna purchase it anyway. Okay, I'm gonna keep the buck. Also, we don't need you. Lore, perception, resolve, dexterity. This gives you constitution. It's my constitution brain right there. Intelligence and resolve. This gives you constitution. Mind lance. Deflection until hit or critically hit. Let's have you here. Take these. Place that here. Elder Chain. Why not take this for now? Need to read those books next time before I rest. So many cute little pets you have here.
Slow and silent.
Okay. Also, war paint you said. How many do we have? Quite a lot. I have 5 on me. Let's see if I can craft that. If I can, that would be great. If I can't, well... No, I cannot. So it's one of the best potions in the game and you cannot craft it. Keeper Enchanter.
Is not the water sacrificed unto the plant, and the plant sacrificed unto livestock, and livestock unto man? When the lesser soul is sacrificed to strengthen the greater soul, the whole of our family grows stronger. I suppose I get the argument. We all have to kill and eat, constantly for that matter, to live. This sounds like it's talking about the Blood Sands rituals. I wonder how, or even if, this is relevant to me.
Have you considered that the Artem Stagler may have been sacrificed to you, but the Gawain was making you stronger? It hadn't occurred to me, but I did win the fight. If Gawain were truly displeased with me, I can't imagine I'd have walked away from that ritual alive. He bites his lips and falls silent for a moment. So the other tablet spoke of the Stagler judging, reuniting, and that one spoke of reconciling souls and spirit of the ages. I guess I'm supposed to use the power to sacrifice others or be sacrificed. Not sure I like the sound of that. Is it safe to say that WoW brought you to where you needed to be? You could most certainly say that. So my tribe was right, the Atom Stagler is some sort of soul-destroying beast, but I merely borrowed the creature's form, not its reasons for being. I doubt I would change their minds about anything, and it's not like I want to develop a new group of druidic peers amongst these artisans and sacrificers. So, what now? Adding it up, I want to head to Burrow's Island. The name was mentioned in the tablet, and it implied there might be other Atom Staglers there. Not want to hear verification of the Atom Stagler was such a terrifying monster, but I am thankful for Wells to bring me to these tablets. The truth is valuable, especially when it is painful. Do you want a rematch with the Atom Stagler? Not exactly. I'm older, wiser, and stronger than when we last issued, but I can't really afford to lose my more eyes or ears. I'm fresh out of running the organs.
Not a sound.
Cool. Ravis. Well, that's nice. Let's get out of here. I'm surprised these insane people didn't actually try to make me their sacrifice. Oh well, maybe next time. Ah. Peace and prosperity. Let's go to Old Song District. From then, we probably could go and get that bounty we're after for so long. Okay, I think we'll be fine. Anyway. Yeah, accuracy, we care about that. Old Songs Pass. Just out of curiosity. No world, that's where we need to go. Let's move. We'll go back to Old Song at some point. But right now we have quite a lot of tasks in that area.
The figurine. I'm
It's
on the
glowing.
trail.
Great. Oh look, young animals, bears and boars. Over here, hurry, will you shut up and let me do my... Fine. I could speak with you. Oh, you are one of the tasks we are here for. Quiet, keep low. Cow with hives in the tall underbush. Twigs poke out of her hair. Chunks of dried mud cling waist high to her leather leggings. Take a look. My friends are up there, over the lip of the hill. The Fangs must have caught the scent and rushed the group. Some of my friends are still alive, but the Fangs have them surrounded. The expedition, or what remains of it, has taken cover in some ruins above the cliff. The Fangs must be toying with them, or letting them starve, a bit before the next attack. We need to act, or they are as good as dead. How did the Fangs get there? I cut a decoy path, set post campfires, and dusted over a few footprints I could find. Didn't slow them much. I'll see what I can do. Maybe you can find a way around the Fangs. There's got to be another way up to the ridge. You aren't dressed like my men. Perhaps you could try talking to the Fangs. They might not think you're with us. Please help. I already have enough friends to bury.
I'll stay out of sight. Laying low.
Tread carefully, Estramore.
An elven woman stood beside a stag, patting the great beast on the neck. As I approached, the animal jerked its head in my direction and reared up. Stillness. The woman ordered the stag, pulling one of the skin of the stag's neck until it ceased to buck. Easy now, no need to fight yet. She turned to face me. One ear is missing its top half, and many battle scars raise her otherwise smooth skin. More foreigners, more unclean feet, trampling over our land, more blood to feed the trees. She shakes her head. Oh, I'm sorry, you want me to kill you? You should not be here, Mr. Morn. Her hand moved one several blades strapped on her hip. If you are here in our land, it is either to steal from us or to aid those who would. She gestured to the north of the ruins and Gwydian buildings producing from the underneath. The wooden mercenaries, looters, can you hear their panicked whispers? Leave this place at once, or we will kill you when we finish with this Estermore. I'm a friend of our grandfather. She held her gaze on me. A great stag stomps in front of hoofs of the ground and turns its master. Do you speak the truth, foreigner? If you are indeed a friend, you would respect our land and not defile our sacred soil with your trespass. The woman clenches her jaw. Its muscles quiver under the pressure until suddenly calm returns to her expression. If you have no bond of kin or kind with the looters, I will give you a chance to prove it. The invaders must be purged from our land. Prove your word, and we will believe your words. Why don't you deal with them yourself? They are not my enemies. I gave you an order. Accept it like a grow hunter or refuse it like a Mao child. But do not question my will. I won't do it. The stag arcs its neck, aiming its ragged, sharp horns at your direction. The huntress runs her finger along the beast's spine antlers. Then you will die, like the other Drosoki. The woman whistles and her hunting party attacked. Oh, great! And you thought they had brains. Seems like someone is going to make a huge mistake here.
Hey.
No, the blunderbuss. It was sort of a mistake. Anyway, you alive? Good.
Leave it to me.
Ouch, I guess. Next. I thought you could be reasoned with. Oh well. Such a pity. Will you use that already? Thank you. Anyway, kill them. This one's mine. The rest of you, take him out. Right. Oh, that was incredibly easy. Frame marker. This bow is made entirely of various body parts from numerous creatures. Fangs, claws, teeth and bone can be seen interlocking throughout the weapon's structure. While every inch looks sharp and dangerous to the touch, it feels remarkably smooth and delicate in one hand. Though the bower's identity is unknown, a master's understanding of archery, of an unsettling degree of experience and bestial autonomy are rapidly apparent. To hold the praise maker is to bear the feeling of assured victory, as though the wielder's attacks will find their way to the target as predator finds its prey. It's only usable by a ranger. Doesn't seem like it has an enchantment. Accuracy 3. You know, I'm still kinda complexed. We can't actually have this accuracy bonus made into a weapon.
I'll take a look.
Switch to you. Something with that ring of yours, I guess? Whatever. Stop friend or foe, the man blood-soaked armor points his blade at you, with his wounded and weary comrades flock into position behind him. You're no Glamphatian, by Margan fair or foe, I said. Calm down. I'm a friend. A rare and welcome sight friend this far from home. He let the waste of his sword over his arm. Look at us, hiding in the rocks and holding in our guts. The fangs, they've blooded us, and now we're trapped. Gwyneth sent me. What happened to you? Resourceful girl. We assumed the Glamphatians killed her before coming up us. I'm relieved she's alive. Doubly relieved she brought help. Your tribesmen ambushed us just as we made camp. The fight was lopsided, a slaughter. In the melee, someone tripped through the campfire. We were lucky in the trade regard. The stench of burning flesh and the choking smoke obscured the scent, and few of us managed to withdraw. We ran to those wounds to regroup, but now we are trapped. The face painters are just south of our position. They have us cornered, no doubt. They're happy to let us starve while they rest and rebuild their strength before attacking us anew, since this is where we will be making our last stand. At least you didn't lose your locket in the scuffle. Focusing on the positive. This is for my son, for when he's old enough to be trusted with such a thing, born a few months ago. Not hollow, Allah be praised. Thought my beloved the child would want nothing. Probably should have also promised her I wouldn't throw my life away. Treasure hunting in El Glenfat. Here's hoping the boy goes his smart from the mother's side on the family. Why not flee to the north? We could run that way, maybe evade the Gunfatians if we quick, but we spotted a pack of stragglers up there. Given the options, I'd rather some face painter kill me right quick, than die slowly, bite by bite, to a feral cat. If I didn't know better, I'd wager those beasts are working with the tribesmen, and I'm sure they're just here following their stomachs. Just look at us, limping in our injuries, covered in blood. It must smell like butcher's shop. Well, should I let him go? You know, I'm gonna toss a die. On 4, 5, and 6, I'm going to attack them. Okay. Well, I tossed a 6. I'm sorry, friend, I'm one of the Gafatians. The man brings his fist and lips in the kisses of the locket. Saretta raised him strong. He grips his blade, both hands, and fixes his eyes on me.
I'm here.
Excellent. Kill them. One by one. At the mercy of the tribes. Get out of there. Oh, that was enjoyable. Anyway.
Quiet.
A forest lurker. Nice. And a new Aquabus. Two-handed, strong, why don't you get that? That's definitely not the locket he was talking about. This gives you 2 resolve. Anyway, right about this one, let's take a look at those guys. So, which one was I gonna keep? I don't know. Is this an exceptional one? Doesn't seem like it. Accuracy 3. Boasting a distinctive long barrel, long feller, was the property of Red Saren's Boyer's farmer, who used its legendary his largely to keep his fields clear of birds and rodents. Years of practice and careful adjustment to the aquabus made it powerful to be reckoned with, for the farmer could pick off a strong bird mid-trip 20 paces. With the coming of the Saint's War, the farmer carried the same gun into battle, where it proved similarly effective. Very accurate weapon then. Now that quest was fun. By the way, since I failed it, did I get any experience from this? It doesn't say so. Oh well, whatever.
Not a sound. I will walk unseen.
Alrighty. An elder Stagler. Take an aquabus to its head. You do the same with your pistol. Oh, badly injured he is. Let them fall.
Die!
Finish it. You want this guy, this guy, everyone else. Attack here. And you attack this one.
Die!
Yes, absolutely.
Nice. Again.
Hey. Hey.
Good. Making out so many stagglers these days. And a big one, right here. Over a ground hundred of dry blood, stumped leaves, the corpse of a giant stagler crawled with flies. Its flesh has been pierced and cut, as if stabbed by spears and slashed by swords. I touched the dead stagler's flank. A cloud of flies stirred into the air, and suddenly I felt the creature's remaining essence. The world around me faded away. The pack rested, rocks sheltered, young full bellies. I turned away and looked beyond the trees. The moon barks over the swing canopy. A stand in the air stirs strangling in your mouth. I slided into the shadows, the taste of hunt filling my nostrils. Light shine on the stones by the water that falls, prey down below. Two-legged hare, like its raw grass. It moved near the water that flow. Thin legs, slow, noisy, unaware. It held a sharp stick. Two-legged hunter, weak hunter, prey. Closer prey, bright moon, prey into the dark. Pain, pain on your side. A sharp stick pokes out of your flank. I roared and shook it. It snapped, breaking on the stone. Wet stones, your blood leaves rustle. I looked. Another two-legged, another hunter, thick legs, silent steps, stiffed face, strong hunter, enemy. I leaped, aiming at its neck. It moved fast. My claw find flesh, ripping it deep, rippling it down. Wet leaves, two-legged bloodies. It howled, it fight back. Long claws cut through the air. They slash at your flesh. More pain, sharp pain. You strike it hard. Hot blood on your claws. Hot cuts on your chest. The world goes red. Your stomach fails. You can't breathe. The two-legged hunter looks down. Wet ground on blood. Sharp sticks above its head. Bright moon above its head. Strong hunter. The world goes dark. I don't think that a turn moved after I failed that quest. You should have spared them then. I came upon a clearing and saw a group of Glenfathians standing in a cycle. Sagani glanced from the address statuette to the hunters, looking for a connection. Meanwhile, the hunters turned and noticed me. Their bows were drawn. Take it easy, we're just looking for someone.
What business does an Estremor have with the Fangs?
Careful. They stepped aside and turned to me. As they do, I saw something on the ground behind them. Really? Okay. Lying amidst the ferns of a white stag, dark blood mars its brilliant coat, and its sides tremble with quick, shallow breaths. I felt a presence in the beast, something ancient and familiar, before I could speak. Something thumbs to the ground. I looked down and saw the Adra bear, its bright glow flickering.
Auric shadow.
Sagani draws up beside me. Her wide eyes are fixed on the dying stag. And I realized that he's seeing, and he covered his mouth. Sorry, Sagani. One of the hunters take a step forward, and Sagani raised her bow, an arrow knocked.
Any closer and you'll bleed out next to him.
Her voice was low and tremulous.
I never thought I'd prepared myself to meet a stranger. To share the honor and history of my village with someone who had no knowledge of us. Even someone who'd scorn our way of life.
Huh. Say nothing.
I was going to tell him about the years of abundance in Masuk. How his granddaughters have hunted caribou, and his grandsons made our walls strong. But he'll be gone in minutes.
Tell him about his family. She kneels by the fallen stag, placing her hand on his head, and begins speaking. She tells Versok of the families his own children have raised, of his sons and daughters who have become respected elders in their own right. She describes the hunts his granddaughters have led, the homes his grandsons have built, and the dozen great-grandchildren between the lot of them. The stag took a final shuddering breath and fell still.
If you've finished your chanting, we need to get to work before the meat spoils.
Wow, with that voice you really are begging for an arrow up your eye. If you're finished, yeah. As Sagani raised, one of the hunters turned to her.
Did your elders teach you even a mouse dropping's worth of decency? There will be other kills to dress and eat, but there will only be this one chance for Sagani to say her due respects.
Have you no respect? A great soul inhabited this body.
She took the lusterless Adra figurine.
And it's gone now. What's left is our kill.
You owe her an apology, now.
I want nothing from the tongues of these carrion eaters. Coming from people who revere stones and long-dead Audra.
It's not just worshipping stones, you fool. It's about respect for what was built by those who came before you. Persok means to you what those long-dead Audra mean to us.
She slanders the builders.
What should I say? You leave us alone if you know what's good for you.
You Estromoran are full of useless talk.
Honestly, you should not have done that. Okay, 5 years ago, 12 senior monks of the Ixochian began a silent pilgrimage into the Tentaclan forbidding hills plagued by several weathers. The locals believed that the cursed by the gods, the monks were supposed to emerge from their retreat this year, but they have not returned. An expedition of novices into Taltacruan. How should I pronounce this? Tetlak Tekhutan. Tet Lakt Ektuan. Tetlaktuan. Okay? An expedition of novices into Tetlaktuan discovered their camp, but they were shocked to find only hollow skin shells of their masters sitting in a cycle, frozen in their meditative spore. The inner circle of the Xanthi theorized that the masters have transcended their previous physical form and may be wandering the eastern reach. They have sent word on the various lords of Red Saras and the Direward of the Xanthi would very much like to be reunited with their masters, so their wisdom can be passed on to a new generation. The Devil of Karok traveled, inquired all over Eastern Reach to track down the missing monks. One by one the monks came across the Devil of Karok's path, in a variety of forms, some kid, some beasts, some unique forms. Having apparently forgotten why they had set out in their meditation, the monarchs engaged the Devil of Karok in protracted series of philosophical conversation. Ultimately, each monarch traveled back through the mental labyrinth they had created, triggering a spontaneous realization and subsequent molding back into their original form. When they had all returned to their monastery, they presented the Devil of Karok with a charm. Each monarch had donated one of the chain 12 bells to the final instrument. Friendly aura, invisible, immune to engagement. This beautiful chain was created by the 12 monks of the Ixonki, whom you rescued from their mental labyrinths. Each chime possessed the ability to turn the user invisible once. I don't get it. Oh, it can be used 12 times to do that. Okay, now I get it. Thank you. Haravis. Sagani. You will need to take this one down.
Yeah.
Ouch, nice. Use that on someone. How long? Doesn't say. Nature's mark. Oh, 1 second. Okay. Keep hitting. I just love how great at area control these ciphers are.
Here.
No, forget about this one. Attack this one, mark this one, and I'm gonna attack this one. Or the other way around. Doesn't matter. You. Ditch the gun. Everyone. Focus on those guys. Well, that could have gone better. Oh, lost reputation with the Fangs, have I? Well, they attacked me. For no good reason, may I add. There's a cave here. Well, I bet that the code is inside this cave. Let's enter and finish them, shall we? Or maybe
Step lightly.
Adrogan. Wonderful. Bears.
Yeah?
No, you don't need to do that. You have your blunderbuss. Cool.
Yeah? I'll stay out of sight.
Okay, let's continue with this. Eddard killed. No,
Quiet.
Intumak killed another bear. I saw the E and I thought Eddard killed something. Yeah, I have that problem. Sometimes I see things that
I'm on
aren't
the trail.
there. It's weird and kinda confusing to some people. Tracks of bloodstain continued further east. Wolf leader. Oh dear, you attack him. You attack this one. You attack you. And you, this one, and you. This. Actually, you can transform.
Hey.
Nice. You done? Eat this one. Power. Never-ending power. Take it off. Yeah, this team is pretty decent.
On the hunt.
Yes? You're quite friendly, aren't you?
That I am. Arrow's crew defletched with plurite feathers, produced from the corpse. Eesh.
Not a sound.
What does that do? Rite of the Outful Spirit. Well, 4 athletic for the... Well, not bad, but not needed. I think that the scrolls are actually more powerful than this. Just wanna take a look. So this works for 28 seconds. If I give you the scroll, even if your intelligence isn't that high. No? $33. Now we have the effect duration. What about yours? Just curious about it, that's all. Our defenses for 28 seconds. Over 28 seconds. Base is 20 seconds. That's not a lot. Yeah, the scrolls are definitely better. Keep the tracks, mate. You might need them. Yes, I cannot loot him.
Quietly now.
Spear broken in half has orient Glamfat ethnics along the two halves of its shaft. The wet wood shows dent stained green with moss, probably from the impact against the river rocks. Truck bloodstain continues further east. Young boars. Pay no attention to them, even if they attack, they won't stand much of a chance. This leather pack, its belonging washed down the current of the river, glam like a wet rock. Oh, I know what happened then. Oh no, a lurker. Any other guns here? Just so we're clear, I want you to cast this. Good. You cast this. You attack this guy. Everyone else, attack there. Told you to cast this, damn it. Go.
Hey.
You take this out. What happened to you?
Stand together! No use!
Sorry, what would we find? Greater rain blight, really? We didn't know about that. Wow. Yeah, we can definitely tell what that is. Okay. Mate, this one's yours. Attack. Now beat him out.
Can't get a good shot with them.
Step lightly.
Stay politely.
Quietly now. Slow and silent.
Okay. Let's reach for his saddle.
Those wounds. They look like they came from a Stelgar's claws.
Yeah, of course they did. Beneath the raging waterfall, a corpse of an elven Glenfathan hunter lies shattered against the rocks, broken bone for bone through his skin. But I also noticed the deep, violent cuts in the rotting flesh. The slashes price almost every part of the body, as if it had been avenged by a dozen blades. The man probably died before his fall from the cliff above. I touched the dead elven forehead. Droplets of water glimpsed down its purple surface and felt sudden jolt from the hunter's lingering essence. The world around me faded away. I was walking amongst the underbrush without making a sound. A moonlight caught sight of my arm, shining them pale, but I quickly darted again into the shadows of the giant tree of Northwold. My blood brother is not so deft as you expected. Look at him, frail, unaware. He doesn't deserve to share the glory of this hunt. It's been countless seasons since the Stagler like this one, twice the size of a lesser kid, has roamed the forest near Twin Elms. I fell from the trick. You almost feel pity for him, but you've convinced yourself that he'd only get in the way once the killing begins. He will be safer by the river, expecting that we'll flank the Stagler when it comes out of the dark. But the kill will be only yours. The Stagler is larger than you imagined. It stood without fear atop a waterfall, rigid its still hut, cutting a monstrous hole against the mantle of the night sky. A beast of legend, a true hunter. Your hand tightened around the shaft of your father's spear. The weight feels balanced just right as you prepare to throw. You know, we don't have javelins in this game anyway. You put everything into it. The spear flies true and hits its mark. The Stagler didn't even hear the sound of blood spill. Bright on the rock, yet it stood unfazed. The beast bounced moonlight shrines over the great fangs. Your hands draw your blade without a second thought as you launch forward to meet its monster. It's fast and rippling your flesh apart. You stab the back in front you deep again and again, but there is no slowing its embrace.
I will walk unseen.
Do I need to speak with Zagani? Maybe we will speak once we rest somewhere. Wait. Let's look for secrets somewhere.
Lightly.
You know, it would be great if we can actually see what happened
Not
I
a
mean,
sound.
this game is not actually known for its action-packed movements and stuff, but still it would be great if we can see how he jumped and slashed the creature several times before being thrown out from the waterfall. Yeah, I have to take a look at that afterwards. Anyway, there's a bounty we need to count.
Hunt.
So both hunters killed each other, and the prey just took credit for it.
Laying low.
A real shame, isn't it? Still, his overconfidence was his downfall. There is no blame on the little guy.
I'm on the trail.
Step lightly.
Still, if they worked together, maybe he would have survived. Truth be told, if I was on that guy's place, I was not gonna take credit for it. I was gonna say he saved my life, but he died. Or something like that, just to make him seem heroic enough. But no, he decided to take all the credit for it. Oh great, Adrugans. Wonderful. Rush. Okay, there goes one of you. Take it out. Take it out. Any more of them? Yes. Okay. You attack this one. I'm gonna help you with it. Okay. I need the Adrugan dead now.
Zawa
Attack this guy. You take him
is
out.
ready. Yes?
Good hit. Take this one out then. Excellent. Thank you, Sagani. You are a sweetheart. The rest of us should be able to take them out without much of a bother. Shoot at them. Attack this one. And you... I don't know. Why not use this? Actually, what is this? I think... Target becomes subject to conclusive blast, physical energy, suffering raw damage. Let's see how good this is right now. I mean, I'm pretty high level. The spell isn't much better than before. Yeah, I think it was good. Oh, you're still alive? You eat this one and you eat this. Bon appetit. Adrugans. Huh.
Quiet.
Torque the fuckless eyes. And where do you lead? Doesn't say. Okay, we're gonna take a look at that later. A little bit later. For now though, I think I'm going to end this episode here. So, thank you all for joining me, and I'm gonna see you all next time. Goodbye.